welcome back to a very, very special episode of ASM Sekai. This is the first time we're doing this, and I hope to make this a weekly segment. And this episode, or these segment episodes, are going to be brought to you by spoilers, because we're going to be talking about all the spoilers, rumors we received before the chapter is released. So usually around Monday, Tuesday is we can't reveal the sources because then we might lose the sources. So before you get started, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you do not want to know any of the spoilers, do not go further. But if you do and you're curious like us, let's get it started. And without further ado, we're going to just talk about what we feel reading this, and then we'll get into it. But Moto, you read this before me, and you messaged me saying gut punch.
You haven't mentioned One Piece, did you?
I did. Well, One Piece, yeah. What am I talking about? What else am I talking about?
I don't think you said it once.
Well, One Piece chapter 1098, we're talking about that. That's the only spoiler. I mean, clearly, One Piece shirt, bro.
Yeah, man. You know what's funny? I read it. Remember in the Gas Valley, we talked about treasure, and we're like, oh, the Celestial Dragon, they're fucked up, so it's gonna be something fucked up. I don't know why, when we were making prediction for last chapter, 1097, like, oh, Bonnie's, Kuma, or, it's their relationship kings or clones that, helped out with the Vegapunk. Nah, she is probably a rape child of Jenny from Celestial Dragon. Like, I was like, oh the fuck.
Okay,
like,
so
I did not go there.
Oda is a fucking wild boy, yo. Let's just say
that.
Yeah,
he is.
So the episode that we already talked about, I'm going to be dropping that later on, and this episode, one of these two, this is going to come up first, or that one, whichever. But just know we had 3 theories in there, and all 3 are wrong.
Way wrong.
So
way too nice.
Actually, you know what? I got half of a theory right. I just got that she's a girl, like she's not an android or anything, like a clone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I got half. I'm gonna take that pattern back. But let's get started and talk about the bullet points that we got to see. The title for 1098 is going to be called The Birth of Bonnie.
Birth of Bonnie.
I'll do the first bullet point, and then Moto do the next 2. The first bullet point was, and it's obviously validating what already 1097 was. Ginny was captured, was kidnapped, and forced to become the wife of a celestial dragon.
Oof.
I did not see that coming.
I didn't. Nah.
Bro,
I thought it was like a bargaining chip that they were trying to use.
Bro,
but it kind of makes sense.
Army took a big L.
They took a big L, right? I think there was a comment by Dragon that they don't really have a big funding 14 years ago, and then there was 2-year time span, so I'm guessing they got bigger and bigger, but obviously not at the level where they could compete against the Celestial Dragon and the forces behind it.
Yo,
that's a big.
I always question this. I understand the Celestial Dragons are backed by the strongest motherfuckers, like the Gorosei, the God's Knights. Right. What do they have, like, over the world that they're allowed to commit like such heinous crimes and get away with shit?
Gorosei. I think he's strong.
Damn, it's wild, bro. Okay, do the next 2. Do the next 2 bullet points.
All right, the second one was like 2 years later, Germany is freed, when I was reading it, I was like, freed, and then it goes, from a deadly disease she contracted, so she's basically thrown away like a trash. I don't think the word freed is right here. She was trashed, right? Like, oh, your asset.
Abuse.
Right, like your asset is no longer important, and whether you have a child or not, it doesn't matter. Get the fuck out. You throw away like a trash. And that's where Jenny is after 2 years later. 2 years! Like, bro, Dragon, you couldn't save one person?
Bro, what's wild is we get a panel of Jenny going like, I'm so happy I get to see Kuma.
Yes, yes.
It's taken, oh my god, bro, this guy is so wild. He's like, fuck Eren Yeager.
You know what's like crazy? Like, I wonder what Oda was thinking when he was writing all this. Is like how, like throughout the story, first Zoro's backstory, which is like, okay, he lost his friend, right? Then you got Nami saying, okay, that's pretty fucked up, and he just keeps going on. And you know, Robin's was like, damn, that's pretty fucked up. And then finally we get to this point at Kuma. It's like, wow, really Oda? Like you have to go all of it, like his whole life. He's like 50-40 years of torture. Dad's getting shot for singing and trying to cheer him up, like, and then like that's after his mom, you know, dying. We don't know exactly what happened. You know, captured as a slave, put into a massacre game, frees people, finally gets this emotional fun Ginny and meal time, only to have her later on kidnapped and then find her sick and dying. Like,
No,
bro, really?
legit,
Like,
man,
really?
legit. I mean, like I was saying this before, Luffy and the Straw Hats make you forget that they give you so much hope that you're like, everything is gonna be fine. But when we're talking about the shit show before, like, we were talking about heartbreak and tragedy. This shit was worse.
Yeah. I mean, he keeps mounting this shit everywhere. Oh, let me ask you a quick, simple question. I think one of these days we're gonna get the 800-year, like the voice entry, right?
Of course.
Do you think that's worse than what we're getting with Kuma?
See, I don't think so. I think it's gonna be the start of the trauma. We're gonna clearly get an answer of Joy Boy and Emu and whatever the Queen of Alabasta were. I think we're gonna get some peaceful moment, but of course we're gonna see some bad moments. But I don't know if it was gonna be on par with Kuma because one, we don't really have that relationship with everybody 800 years ago. Even with Joy Boy and Emo, we really don't.
Right.
Like,
we don't even know what they look like.
Nothing.
Yeah.
But
And Kuma helped the Straw Hats, right?
He's been a very pinnacle character, even though you're not going to be finding him anywhere in the voting top 100 characters up until now.
Yeah, he's going to be moving up quite a bit.
Especially with everything we're reading, Kuma has been very critical to the One Piece story. As close as, I would say, Whitebeard, as close as Ace. Like, in terms of a key character, him and Odin, probably neck and neck now.
Oh yeah, I see him more than Odin. Simply because Kuma has been like the chess piece for Luffy, almost.
Yeah.
You know? And then, next bullet point, Ginny contacts Kuma one last time. They had to say it one last time
before dying.
We knew she was going to die. I think this was, you know,
and before dying, and during the conversation, Kuma managed to identify the location where Ginny was and teleported there, but it was too late.
Like, Oda's like, okay, let's make sure somehow Kuma gets there. Like,
so my boy is a virgin.
You know, I think he's supposed to like represent the whole, you know,
purity,
chastity. Yeah.
And priests are not no sins, like no saints.
No, I mean, I mean, like I'm talking about like a real ideological virgin, not the real human ones that we have.
The one actually is supposed to be take lessons, but then, so when he arrives, Kuma arrives, but Ginny is dead. In her arms was a baby, Bonnie, who had the same illness as her. So what do you make of that?
Well, I think this is where Kuma is both tragic, and the trigger that leads to the warlords and the connection with the world government. Because I don't think the Sorbet Kingdom has the cure for Bonnie, but the purity of Kuma takes Bonnie as a child, like literally real child of his.
Did Kuma take out the pain from her?
Like, I think part of me was like questioning, could he take out the pain? But also part of me believes that this is where he connects with Vegapunk and becomes the
Because technically
pacifista.
Right now, Bonnie is age 14 or 15.
Right here is
I'm
about
talking
12.
about Egghead. I'm talking about no.
Egghead.
Yes.
No,
In
she's about 12.
She was 12. In Sabaody, she was 12.
No. No. Right now, she's about like 13.
No. In Saburi, she was 12 when she saved Zoro.
No. There's no guarantee. Like the age was
It's
made up.
confirmed. I looked up. I should send you the article when I find it again. But it was confirmed by one of the leakers and stuff as well. Where during Saburi, when she saved Zoro, she was age 12. So 2 years after the time. So I'm saying 14, 15.
Yeah, it has to be about 14 because it's a 14-year flashback. She's a baby.
Yes. So
yeah.
14.
Oh, 12 year. I'm sorry. This is a 12-year flashback.
Yes.
And she's a baby. So she's about 13, 14.
Yeah, 14, 14, 15 right now. But since she has the age fruit, whatever, and the fact that based on the assumption I'm getting from this, and again, this is strictly rumors, nothing is, confirmed. We're going by whatever spoilers. Is it going to be true? So far, we have always had our sources be accurate, so why not? But
I think it is true. Yeah.
My question is, Kuma had to find a way to remove it because Ginny only had 2 years to live. Like, she technically, well, we don't know 2 years how long she had to live after this deadly disease, but
pretty short, it feels like.
The fact that Bonnie is still alive and going towards it, I am sure Kuma had to retract the illness. He probably put himself, and then he became a fucking android or some shit, the pacifista.
Okay, so you think that he became the pacifista to survive, or is it like he became pacifista to save Bonnie? It could go either way. Yeah, it could go either way. But yeah, I do like the idea that I would love to see fucking Kuma give this disease to Saturn. Ooh, that'd be nice. Just take that fucking thing and just shove it right into after saving Luffy, and then bam.
So
take that.
Read the next bullet point after that.
Well, Kuma took care of Bonnie since then, and this is we see how Bonnie grows with him. This is where
she's a celestial dragon.
She's a celestial dragon, almost the biggest enemy of Kuma, right? When you look at Kuma's life story, celestial dragons are his ultimate enemy, right? Killing his families, like enslaving him, and kidnapping Ginny, and yet here he is with zero hate, accepts her, and then treat her like a little girl, like his own. And then now we see him where he is with the tragic state of pacifista, like cyborgish. I do seriously like Oda have to give us a nice closure to this one. Has to.
What do you mean nice closure? There is no nice closure because at the end, read the last bullet and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, and the last bullet is how King Bekori, he's the king that used to be for Sorbet Kingdom before Dragon, the revolutionary, overthrew the kingdom to save Kuma and the rest. He's back, causing problem for Sorbet Kingdom. And I will say this right now. Next chapter, Kuma's gonna go ape shit on Bekori and whoop his ass.
He's gonna kill him.
Yeah, I hope he does.
Do you think he becomes a prisoner to save Bonnie?
Ooh. So if he took the disease, first, are we gonna see him take the disease from Bonnie and accept it into her body? But he's a buccaneer, so he survives it. Is that what you're? Is that what it says? Because it says.
I think him already taking all the pain from everybody in Sorbet Kingdom, already made him enough adaptable to this pain, I guess. And for this one, this is the most precious person in his life, probably. This is Ginny's child, the person he loves the most in the entire existence in the world. I'm pretty sure all he sees is her in her life, and he doesn't care how much pain he's in.
Right, so he probably took it, right?
He definitely had to take it. I think he might be dying.
Yeah. What if it's even more tragic? Ginny told him to give it to her while she's dying.
But it says, but it was too late.
Yeah, it's just too late. But somebody said like there was a misunderstanding. She's still alive, but there's like two conflicting information on that one. I'm pretty sure she was already dead, but I'm just trying to think more tragic now.
I don't think it's possible. This is why when we're talking, I was just like, I'm gonna leave this to Oda because I'm too naive.
We're too yeah. Well, that's the fun of it. That's why I'm gonna enjoy it.
We're gonna wrap it up very shortly. We don't wanna, waste a lot of time. Again, this is rumors and spoilers. Sad news. After this chapter drops, we have 1 week break. Oda be cooking, and then he gotta calm his mind. I am not even gonna be upset, but this dude fucking has a habit of dropping the biggest heat, and then he goes, "I'm out."
I'm out. Yeah. I think so. I think he's probably like seeing a psychiatrist, getting some mental stuff. Like, I don't want to do this, but I wrote it.
I told her to get married like a slave.
Yeah.
Body's a raped child.
Oh God.
The psychiatrist like, stop writing this.
You're breaking me apart too.
Oh my God. All right. Anything else, Moto, before we sign off?
That's it, man. That's it. So sad.
Again, these are spoilers. These are rumors. I am not saying, neither one of us are saying 100% confirmed, but these sources have been very accurate, and we're relaying it back to you. Holy fucking shit. Oda is wild. He is crazy, and One Piece is on the verge of breaking a lot of hearts, a lot of feeling, because I think this is just the beginning of the darkness.
Yeah, I mean, it's the tragic end to Kuma. So the pacing looks like 1099 would finish the flashback, right?
Probably, yeah.
Because 1098 doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like it finishes. So 1099 flashback at the end of the panel. 1099 is probably where we see Luffy, back in the egghead.
1100.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Please, for the long. Right now, I'm just like praying that Luffy, Kuma meets up to one of those epic one punch panels from Luffy. Please, for the love of God, like Hendo revelation combination. I don't know, all kinds of different ideas here. Like, I hope he happens.
I don't think I hate anybody more than the Celestial Dragon. Like, when Luffy punched that dragon in the face in Saburi.
Go back to it now. Oh my God, go back to it now. It's like, why is everybody just looking in? Like, thank God Luffy just go pop.
Comment below. Let us know your thoughts. What do you think about this craziness? Like and subscribe. Yeah, we'll be back later with more sadness. Peace out.
Peace out.